Hello, everybody. My name is Edgar,
My name is Lindsay.
Lucio.
My name's Oliver.
and today our team is presenting a practical development, team-friendly process for protecting intellectual property, better known as IP, while creating a cybersecurity service for ransomware in healthcare. The focus is not how to build a product; it is how to protect what we build. Patents, trademarks, copyrights, trade secrets, plus the IT controls needed to keep IP from leaking. The deliverable is a hierarchical process map with trade secret sub-processes and clear inputs, outputs, scope, and communication pathways for support teams and senior management. So first, I'm going to describe the life cycle. The life cycle goes like this. It goes capture, register, protect. First is capture. Capture is operational. Engineering and product generate artifacts, and we log them as IP candidates. Next is register. Register is legal. Patents, trademarks, copyright creates formal rights. And then finally, we have protect. Protect is IT plus governance. Control, maintain trade secret status, reduce theft risk, and preserve evidence needed for enforcement. Next, I'll describe how we communicate this process to the people who actually execute it, the support personnel. Healthcare ransomware is uniquely high impact because systems are mission critical. For vendor, for vendor buildings, ransomware defense tools, the IP itself is a target. Attackers and competitors may try to steal code, models, or detection logic. So protection is both legal and technical. Legal filings create enforceable rights, while IT control prevents leakage and support defensible trade secret status. Next, I'll introduce the product concept just enough to anchor the IP categories.
Uh, Bedlock Sentinel is an example of a service that fits the ransomware and healthcare theme. I'm keeping this product description brief because the assignment is about protecting the IP created by the team. The IP surface area includes code, algorithm, ML artifacts, brand identity, data schemes, and architecture documentation. Next, the scope and the exact process, the map, um, the, and the development of the team can follow. This slide makes the process auditable. Every major activity produces an outfit artifact, inputs that are things engineering and product already generates. We simply just route them through a protection workflow. Outputs are what legal and IT needs: registration, contracts, and security evidence that maintains trade secret status. Next is the actual process map, including a sub process for trade secrets. On this slide, the process is auditable. Every major activity produces an output artifact. Inputs are the things engineering and products already generate. We simply just route them through a protection workflow. Outputs are what legal and IT needs: registration, contracts, and security evidence that maintains trade secrets status. Next is the actual process map, including a sub process for trade secrets. In this slide, you'll see the
It's
process.
go ahead, Lucio.
IP IP protection process map. This is the core deliverables, the hierarchical process map with clear phase and a trade circuit sub process. Step 1 through 6 are mostly product and legal. Identify assets, clarify the IP type, do searches, set a patent strategy, file a provision to secure a priority date, and file trademark for brands. Step 7 is the required sub process. Trade secret only exists legally if we demonstrate reasonable measures to keep the information secret. Step 8 through 12 are IT-led safeguards and governance, secure repos, encryptions, DLP monitoring, audit evidence, and enforcement. For the dev team, treat this as a checklist that runs in parallel with early product milestone architect freeze, MVPs, and beta. And the next slide, this slide expands step 7 and makes the sub process explicit. The key idea, a trade secret is protected by behavior evidence, not behavior and evidence, not a filing. Legal legal provides contracts, NDAs assignments, IT enforces access control, encryptions, monitoring, and DLP. Outputs are critical because they prove reasonable measure were taken. This is what strengthens the company position in dispute. Next, I'll talk about how IP corrupts registration and protects end-to-end. Support personnel needs operational clarity. Who owns which step and what artifact they must produce. The workshop introduces a map while the control repository makes it a single source of truth. RCI prevent gaps, for example, legal file patents, but it must implement access control that preserve trade secrets. Uh, Ticketing converts the map into actionable work and deadlines and audit trails. Next, Lindsay will be communicating to senior management and focus on funding and risk trade-offs.
So this slide is senior management wants decisions, not details. What value is protected, what risk exists, and what resources are required. The process map becomes a funding roadmap with decision points, especially for patent filing fees, outside counsel, and security tooling. I would present the map as a risk control program, registration plus controls plus audits, reduce likelihood and impact of IP theft. Next slide, we're going to talk about why the IT department is vital to protecting the IP. Legal filings establish ownership rights, but IT prevents loss of control over the IP. For trade secrets, specifically, IT provides the reasonable measures, evidence, access control, encryption, monitoring, DLP, and auditability. These controls are reduce ransomware risk internally, protecting the same assets that make the product valuable. I'll close with the key takeaway and next steps for adoption. Next slide. Wrap up what to do next. The main takeaway is that IP protection is a life skill with specific outputs and owners. The process map can be adopted immediately. Start with the IP inventory register, then schedule the filing and controls as milestones. IT is essential B. That includes our presentation. Thank you.
Thank you.